In my classroom, there are 5 strong themes that I think are evident. It would be clear learning goals, congruent diagnosis, practice, and first time learning. With clear learning goals, an example would be before I start a lesson, I always write what I want the kids to learn. And at the beginning, it's pretty simple, and it would be students will be able to sort 3 colors at a time. With congruent in my classroom, I would like to start with a goal statement and work from there. So, for example, if we're working on identifying colors, shapes, or numbers, I set up different activities in the classroom to address the goal. One activity involved colored pom pom balls and wrapped tubes, and the students would select the colored pom pom ball that went with the correct tube, and then they would drop it through it and they'd get the reinforcement from it going through the tunnel and falling into a cup. So I'm always constantly trying to set up the different activities to address the goal. Diagnosis. Before any new unit, I like to probe the students to see what they know. So, for example, body parts. A lot of them know some major ones with eye, nose, ear, mouth from home, but they don't know the harder ones with wrists, knee, ankle, sometimes even fingers. So I like to know where they're at so I know where to start. Practice. After the students have been working on a concept such as numbers, colors, or shapes, we like to play a game called Johnny Jump Up to reinforce and help retain what we have learned. So, for example, if we're doing shapes, we have a stick figure that's mixed into the flashcards of shapes, and we will flip through them really fast, and the kids will name the shape. And when they get to Johnny, they get to jump up and down. And first time learning, this is actually something I get to do a lot. Being in early childhood, I get to present a lot of new material to the kids. So, for example, some of them may know about some features of the ocean when it comes to sand and shells, but they've never been there. So I try to really open it up for them by presenting realistic textures and objects for them to see and not just flat pictures for their first time learning about something they've never seen, and hopefully it will stay with them a little longer. 3 of the harder ones for me would be stagecraft, connection, and mental model. Stagecraft, I'm working on this because of the age of the students I work with. I'm not one to put on a show, which is kind of surprising because with early childhood, you definitely need to keep their attention. And I'm good at it, but I'm not one with a lot of props and background, and that is something I could do better with them. Connection, a lot of my students' learning, I feel like it's isolated. I could do a better job connecting what we're doing. I work with 3-year-olds, but as they age through the program, we're better able to make some connections with letters, letter sounds, letter identification as they're working through everything. Unfortunately, I don't really feel like I can get a lot of connection with items like this until about the second semester before kindergarten. And I feel like I could probably do a better job at this, and I really need to put in some thought on how I'm going to do that. And mental model, I feel like we do a lot of talking, but I could put some imagery with what we're talking about. Like we do, the one time I feel like I do mental model, and about the only time is when we do transportation, and we will put up a mural for land transportation, water transportation, and air transportation. And the students will take one of the 3 areas and they'll decorate one of the transportation pictures, and then they'll have to tell me where it goes. And that kind of gives them a better visual, but that is the only unit I do it in. And I feel like with what we talk about with 3-year-olds, I really could be doing a better job in doing that more often. So that's my post. I'll see you later. Thanks.